Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on Arrow Season 7. And this is going to be my breakdown or trailer breakdown for the finale episode for Arrow Season 7, Episode 22, otherwise entitled, You Have Saved This City. And wow, what a fitting title. But of course, before we get into anything else, let's actually watch that trailer for the finale.
I've been waiting for you.
This could get messy.
Instead of finding the hero that is inside of you, you went down a dark path. If you're gonna kill me, do it.
Arrow season finale this Monday at 9/8 Central on the CW.
So yeah, we'll talk about it, but firstly, because this is the finale trailer for Arrow this season, it's a special thing. I'm going to be doing a giveaway just to thank you guys for supporting the Arrow videos this season. So the giveaway item is a Diamond Select Toys Green Arrow vinyl figure. You can see it on screen right now. I personally think it looks really cool. Bit of a inconsistency thing because we have Oliver in his like season 6 and season 7 and I guess season 5 suit as well, on top of Queen Consolidated, which doesn't exist anymore. So inconsistencies aside, it's still very cool. So to enter to win this, all you have to do is leave a like on the video, be subscribed to the channel, and comment with your favorite Arrow moment from this season, from season 7, whatever that is, leave it in the comment section down below, along with liking the video and being a subscriber, and you're entered. So last episode was obviously the second last episode for the season because, well, duh. And we had some setup in regards to Emiko and what she's doing, as well as some stuff in the, the future as well. But the main thing going into this episode, which is of the vital importance, I guess, is that inner, brain thing going on with Oliver and Tommy, where Tommy basically pushes Oliver to the point where he's convinced him not to kill Emiko, which was going through Oliver's head at a pretty rapid rate. That's what Oliver was going to do. So that's an important thing going into this finale. But before we jump into the actual breakdown of the trailer, let's quickly go over the synopsis or description, as it does give us a bit more context to what's going on. But of course, leave your various thoughts on this trailer in the comment section down below as well, throughout the video. The battle between Oliver and Emiko comes to a boiling point, which brings back some familiar faces and leaves others in dire jeopardy. So the first thing I do want to say, James Bamford is directing this episode, so that means we should expect some very good action and fight scenes. Even in this trailer, there's a cool couple of things. I'll just mention one thing off the bat. We do get like a sort of like circle scene. A circle scene sounds so stupid, like a rotational camera shot, which looks really cool. And also, Roy does a flip. Roy does a flip, everyone, and shoots some people with an arrow, so that's awesome. But we do start off the trailer by seeing a nice little pan, I guess you could say, over Star City. What a lovely view, but just a bit of a reach and a stretch here. Is that moon in the night sky of Star City looking a bit, well, red to anyone? Is that a hint at the red skies of Crisis? Is that too much of a reach? Okay, let's move on to the real stuff. But when we do cut to Emiko at the beginning of the trailer, where we hear her say to Oliver, presumably at least it's Oliver, that she has been waiting for him, is she meant to be in Parmatech? Possibly in the room that would have once been her father's office, and I guess Oliver's for a bit there as well. As we know, the Parmatech building was once Queen Consolidated, and then we go back to that pan over Star City. They are really making Parmatech stand out in that shot, so maybe it wouldn't be too big of a reach, saying that this is where Emiko has set up like her final showdown or something of her plan against Oliver and the legacy of him and the rest of Team Arrow. Let me know if you agree with that, as I'm not 100% certain that is where they are, but it appears that that's where they could be. Now we do go into this random server room, which once again makes me think that they actually are in Parmatech again, but as I said, not 100% sure on that. But in this lineup, we have not all of Team Arrow there. We have Diggle, Roy, Oliver, and wow, Bronze Tiger. Now he is helping out the team. We do see a few shots of him throughout the trailer with the team, and then also a shot of him taking on one of the hooded Ninth Circle dudes. As we know in the future, Diggle adopts his son Connor, but we haven't heard exactly what happens to his real father, Bronze Tiger, from Connor in the future. So I don't think it would come as too much of a surprise that if in this episode we do see Bronze Tiger die. But the way in which he dies, I think it would be fitting to set up that reasoning for Diggle adopting Connor is if Bronze Tiger, sorry, I was going to say Bronze Dog, mix up Bronze Tiger and Wild Dog, but Bronze Tiger does save Diggle and dies in that manner, sort of sacrifices himself or jumps in front of something, typical sacrificial stuff. I think that would be the best way to go about it, in my opinion at least. Hopefully there is still a decent amount of Bronze Tiger in this episode. It isn't just this server room scene and then he dies. Hopefully he lasts at least half the episode, or maybe even 2/3 of the episode. But as the synopsis does say, there will be some familiar faces returning in this finale with, well, Bronze Tiger being one of them. But who else are we going to be seeing showing up? Well, we do get a quick shot of Laurel back, the Earth 2 version in the mantle of Black Canary, as we had set up a few episodes back when Felicity gave her the old suit used by Earth 1 Laurel. So yeah, that's very cool, and I'm excited to see what they can do with her in regards to not only this episode, the finale, but also set up for next season. As I think most of us would like to see her stick around for next season and set up what we see in the future with her in those flash forwards. Obviously, we are losing Felicity at the end of this season due to Emily Bett Ricard's leaving the show, and I think Dinah as a character is way too inconsistent to have there as your lead female. So you would have to think the Laurel Lance from Earth 2 will fill that role left by Felicity and be the female character we interact with the most in Season 8. But I'm sure we'll get all the setup we need in this episode in regards to that, and we might even get some updates as to what she was doing on Earth 2, maybe even get some little name drops from people she interacted with over there during her break from Earth 1. That'd be pretty cool. But could we expect anyone else back outside of Laurel and Bronze Tiger? Well, there is a returning character right at the end of the episode, or towards the end of the episode at least, which will be connected to Oliver and Felicity in a scene with them, but I'm not going to spoil that just in case there's people that don't know it, so I don't want to spoil it just in case, people don't know it, so, but I'm sure people will, others will let people know in the comments section down below who that is exactly, so just keep your eyes out in the comments and be a bit wary. But I can't think of anyone else that would show up in present day to help with all of this, unless it is like a twist, associated with the Ninth Circle. There could be like a massive twist ahead in regards to, that and who is really behind everything and all of that. In the comics, this does go down, and I think most of us have issues with Emiko randomly apparently being the leader of this massive terrorist group. So I would like to see another twist occur with a familiar face that then leads into next season. But I guess we'll have to wait, watch and find out and see if that actually does happen. But don't be too surprised if not everything with the Ninth Circle is resolved this season and it does lead into next season, and it is just more Emiko related things that are resolved. But speaking of Emiko, we do have Oliver talking to her, which does seem like it will just be a 5 to 10 minute scene, but also be like the climax of all of this stuff, and as what I said is most likely Parmatech. We do have Oliver offering her a dagger of sorts and saying, if you're going to kill me, do it. Now this could be seen as a massive moment in which Emiko decides what she truly wants to be, a villain or I guess a hero. Because really at this point Emiko hasn't done anything over the top bad. She's about to, but at the moment she hasn't done anything worse than like Oliver, and I guess now even Roy has done in regards to affecting innocent people on the streets and all of that. So this moment could be seen as like a redemption type moment. But I think Emiko sort of crossed the line 2 episodes ago, right at the end when she dropped that goddamn building on Oliver and Team Arrow. She was trying to kill them, and that was a flat out villain moment. And that was the point where I was like, well, she can't really be redeemed now, so she isn't going to be on Team Arrow at least if she backs away from whatever she is planning this season. Now, we had that whole thing with Tommy last episode where it seems that inner voice from him has sort of convinced Oliver to reach into the good side of him to get through to Emiko. Oliver obviously tried that last episode to, well, no avail. But it could work this episode, who knows, maybe second time's the charm. It would be surprising if Oliver killed Emiko now, considering the events with Tommy last episode and all of that. But I guess we will just have to wait and find out. But I don't think it would make sense if Emiko randomly turns good, which is a bit disappointing, as I was hoping they would go with the, the comic Emiko story rather than what we got with her storyline towards the end of this season. It's probably the biggest issue I have with this season, and it's the thing I'm actually the most disappointed by. Now, in regards to the flash forwards, I'm expecting some deaths. So we have Emily Bett Ricard's leaving the show, as I said before, so it wouldn't surprise me if she dies in the future. Like, a lot of people are safe in the present day story due to the flash forwards, but everyone is up for grabs in regards to potential deaths in the flash forwards. Could we, we could see most of the present day cast in the future die. Like, Felicity could die, Renee could die, Dinah could die, even Roy could die. They're all on the chopping block. And William at the moment at least seems to be the main reason that the bunker was found and raided at the end of last episode. So any deaths would be on him really, like from what we know at least. So Mia would hold it against him heavily if Felicity were to die. The same would go with Zoe if her father Renee was to die. And I think those 2 deaths of Felicity and Renee are highly likely. Like, they've sort of been setting them up, I guess you could say. Of recent at least. Well, actually, Renee since we really met him in the future, and Felicity especially in the past couple of episodes. Dinah and Roy haven't really been set up to die, but they could die. But I think Renee and Felicity have been set up. So yeah, if you're putting some bets on, I'd put them on Felicity and Renee to die in the future. In regards to cliffhangers, as I was saying before, there is one with Oliver and Felicity happening, which might not be seen as a cliffhanger, more just a way to explain that ending, if that makes sense, but we'll see it when it happens in the episode. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's a cliffhanger in the future, flash forwards, because they are going to continue next season. As long as Arrow was going to go on, we're going to get the flash forwards, so they will still be a thing next season. So we might get a cliffhanger in regards to that. Maybe a new character shows up or something. But in the present day, the cliffhanger is probably going to be that stuff with Oliver and Felicity, or maybe something with the Ninth Circle as well. And also, it is important to remember, this is the last real finale for Arrow. You know, episode 22 or 23 are usually the finales. Next season, we're going to have a series finale, but this is the last, like, you know, where we've had, like, all these episodes building up to it. So, you know, it's a bit bittersweet, but it's the last of this type of finale. So, yeah. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, as I said, it'd be awesome if you could just show some support, especially this is like the last real trailer or finale trailer breakdown, if you want to say it. As I said, to enter that giveaway, all you have to do is leave a like on the video, be subscribed, and leave your comment with your favorite moment from this season of Arrow in the comments. And yeah, until my next video, guys, I'll catch you later. Goodbye.